What if I told you that Marlon Brando, the legendary actor whose performances redefined Hollywood, struck fear into the hearts of his co-stars on set, and the reasons why are both shocking and fascinating? Behind the charm, charisma, and cinematic genius was a man whose intensity and unpredictability made even seasoned actors uneasy, forever changing the dynamic of every film he worked on. Marlon Brando is remembered as one of the most iconic actors in cinematic history, celebrated for roles in classics like A Streetcar Named Desire, On the Waterfront, and The Godfather. He was a pioneer of method acting, immersing himself completely in his characters and bringing an unprecedented level of realism and raw emotion to the screen. But while audiences adored Brando's performances, co-stars often faced a very different experience on set, one that was tense, unpredictable, and at times, downright intimidating. The fear many actors felt around Brando wasn't born of malice. It was a result of his sheer intensity and commitment to his craft. Brando was famous for pushing boundaries, improvising lines, and demanding authenticity in every scene. While this approach produced some of the most memorable performances in film history, it also meant that his co-stars were never quite sure what he would do next. Scenes could be rewritten on the spot, lines could be ignored, and entire takes could be thrown into chaos, all in the pursuit of artistic perfection. For actors accustomed to traditional shooting schedules and scripted dialogue, Brando's unpredictability was both exhilarating and terrifying. Adding to the tension was Brando's reputation for eccentric behavior. He would arrive on set late, show up in unexpected costumes, or even refuse to speak in scenes, leaving his co-stars scrambling to adapt. Directors often struggled to manage him, knowing that challenging Brando could result in conflict, but also that allowing him freedom often elevated the final product to brilliance. Many actors reported that they felt like they were walking on eggshells, unsure of whether Brando would embrace a scene or derail it entirely. The fear he inspired was as much about respect for his genius as it was about the uncertainty of his behavior. Despite the intimidation, those who worked closely with Brando often found that his intensity could also inspire greatness. Actors who survived the ordeal described a transformative experience, learning to elevate their own performances and respond to his raw energy. Brando's presence forced co-stars to push their limits, confront their fears, and embrace spontaneity in ways they never had before. In this sense, the fear he inspired was part of a larger process, one that made his films legendary and left a lasting impact on Hollywood. The stories from sets like Apocalypse Now and The Godfather are legendary. Tales of Brando showing up overweight and unprepared, whispering lines to himself, or ignoring scripts entirely have become part of Hollywood lore. Yet, it was this very unpredictability and relentless pursuit of truth that defined him as an actor. His co-stars may have feared him, but they also recognized that his brilliance could not be contained or tamed, and that the moments of chaos often produced cinematic magic. Ultimately, Marlon Brando's intimidating presence on set is a testament to the complexity of genius. The fear he inspired was intertwined with admiration, respect, and awe. His co-stars were challenged, unsettled, and occasionally terrified, but in the end, they were part of creating performances that would define generations. Brando's legacy reminds us that true artistry is not always comfortable, but its power is undeniable, leaving an indelible mark on Hollywood and the actors fortunate enough to share the set with him.